So just a moment ago, I showed you the still hard but less hard version where the metal pole or metal background just sort of came right across. What you'll want to notice in the harder version, for those students looking for a challenge, is that this little area between the legs that we want to remove is actually on an angle, which sort of indicates that this side is sort of some kind of an edge. There's an edge hiding in behind there. And so in order to take this angle, I'm going to control click right there. So there's my sniper hair is now right on that edge. I've set my size way down to 4. I still have the hard circle brush and my opacity is at 100%. So just to clarify those things. As I start clicking and dragging here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly be working on a path on the same angle as those colors right there. Let me just click and move that away. So you can see there's an angle of a line that's already there distinguishing. And I'm just going to control click on that to get the crosshairs back. And now, as I click and drag, you can see that it's sort of pushing it back and over. I might just choose, there we go, to get rid of that as well. And then I'm going to come back and clean up the snow parts later. But right now, I'm just really interested in this edge between the snow. Oh, shoot, I control click that instead of regular clicking. So there we go. Just going to bring that down, bring that down, bring that down. So I'm really interested in the edge between the snow and whatever this backdrop might be. And so just by doing it a couple of times over, I now have an edge that's growing for me. And I'm going to come back and touch it up afterwards. So this time when I come to touch it up, I'm just going to, because I'm already zoomed in on it, I'm just going to grab some snow over here. Maybe I'll change the size of my brush to 20 just so it can go faster. And I'm just going to grab this lovely snow over here. Okay, and you can see that I'm still grabbing all the richness and texture that I had before. Oops. As I was saying, all the richness and texture that I had before. Oh, shoot, did it again. All the richness and texture that I had before. But now, I'm going to apply it just slightly differently. Now, when I get up into this corner, obviously I have a brush that's too strong or too big, and again, the hard edge is not going to help me either. So I'm going to blend that down a little bit, bring it down somewhere around 7. And I might bring some other snow in here. Okay. So you'll notice with the fuzzy edge brush, it's not quite as obvious what I'm up to. But I really don't want to leave big stripe marks there that make it really obvious. Big giant sign that says some Photoshopper was here. Okay, so now that I've got this edge coming down, now I can kind of go back and imagine, okay, so I only need a metal bar that comes out this far. Well, that's kind of a lot easier than what I had before. I'm going to start at this edge. I'm going to match it up on this side. Okay, and I really only want to go about that far. So it's very handy this way. And that I can just come straight up here and come straight down here. And this area between the legs, because it's a vertical area and I'm photoshopping or cloning in a vertical manner, it's remarkably easy to do. Oh, made a mistake there, but that's okay. Can smooth that out later. Excellent. So now you can see I've got an edge here, and I've constructed an edge here. I don't really like this snow peak because it just looks way too similar to the other one. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Oh, there we go. Maybe one more time. Ah, perfect. Okay, so with the fuzzy edge brush, it just didn't overwrite it quite as quickly as I wanted to. And then I'm going to grab some more snow from over here and just fill that in. You heard me clicking. That's okay to do a little bit of clicking. I just am leery of creating a whole bunch of noses all over my page, and you can do the same thing very easily with snow spots. So now you can see I failed. Yep, I did. So let's try this again. That's a little bit better. Again, you really need to be zoomed in order to see how specific it needs to be. You can see I've accidentally copied some more leg over, so I'm just going to start here. Oh, sorry. Let's start on that side. Oh, for the love of Pete. Want to grab that, put that straight up. Ah, much better. Keeps wanting to come back. Okay, so maybe I didn't want that. So there's still a little bit of texture problems there. I sort of have 3 pikes, but if I go back to 100%, then you can see that it actually just sort of blends right in. It's not going to give me any fuss. It sort of looks like it was already there. I've added a little bit of texture, a little bit of indentation, because I don't want the snow just to be perfect. I want it to look roughed up. I've made it look like there's a little bit of a continuation here, which was one of the ideas from one of my students. And so now I just have to worry about what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to leave you to that because there's a number of choices. We'll just zoom back and see some of your choices. So again, the bottom parts here is now gone. The top part's gone and done really well. So this area that's right in here, you'll see that here's a choice here. You can get this clear background with a little bit of mud on the bottom. You can grab some nice clear space from up here. There's a lovely little section right in here of upper space that you can grab, or you might have to invent something completely different because we don't have any metal on an angle to sort of show the edge of a flower box, if that is indeed a flower box. So this is the part where you get to be artistic and creative, have some fun, and don't forget to save your work often because you never know when the computer is going to, well, I won't say it out loud.